Okay, Assalamualaikum and welcome to the very first lecture for ELC270, English for Workplace Communication. So for this first lecture, we'll be looking at what is communication because this course is all about using English to communicate in the workplace. So we'll be learning about the what is communication, the process of communication, the meaning behind what is the word the meaning behind the word communication, and then the barriers as well as anything related to communication. Okay, without further ado, let's go. Now, first thing first, what is communication? Communication is an interchange of thoughts or information to bring about mutual understanding, confidence, and effective human relationships. Cited from Biesler et al. 1990. So, it means that you are exchanging your ideas or information with other. You want them to know you. You want them to understand you. That is communication. So communication is any behavior, especially in the workplace. So, and you must remember that communication is the backbone of any relationship, whether in the office or in the home, because you have to interact with others. You have to communicate with others so that they will be understood why the reason why you are talking to them, because sometimes when you do work in the office you need help maybe, so you need to communicate with others. You need to find help, and how do you find help? You communicate. So in order to determine the success of any communication, the message must be encoded in the same context as it was sent. Okay, right. So what is the importance of communication? Why do you think communication is important? There will be a task for this. So, like what I can say is that communication is very important because you you want to people to find out what you want to say to them. You might need something, like I explained earlier. You might need something. You might need help. So you need to communicate. Okay. Then moving on to forms of communication. We have several forms of communication. Usually, the first one will be verbal communication, where, where it can be spoken or written. When you write something or you speak something, it is verbal communication. So it can take the form of spoken words between two or more people, or words in written communication. You are writing a letter, you are writing an email, you are writing a postcard or something. That is verbal communication. You meet your friends, you say hi, you say hello, you say vanakkam or anything. That is verbal communication because you are speaking the words. Next one is non-verbal. It's a communication that is sent by any means other than words or graphic. Non-verbal communication exists in oral, written, and graphic communication. Some of the example of non-verbal communication can be facial expressions, body movement, posture, and dress. Facial expression, when someone asks you, did you pass the test? Then you smile. That it means that you are communicating with them even when you didn't say nothing. Okay? Body movement, where sometimes you are scared, you are cold, your body movement, you show that people understand what is happening to you. Okay, so that is non-verbal communication. Verbal is something that when you speak or write. Non-verbal is the others. Now we have graphic communication in form of graphic. It represents ideas, relationships, or connections visually with the shape, diagrams, and lines. Graphic communication can have both verbal and non-verbal components. For example, you can see this, the no smoking sign. When you see this, you understand, okay, you no smoking. The words is non-verbal. The image is, the words are verbal. The image is, you see the sign, the cigarette sign, it means no smoking. When you see the image, you understand what the message is about. Then the second one, you see the picture of a shoes or feet, then they will cross there, a slash there. So then regress. You understand the meaning behind the picture. It means that no stepping on the grass. Okay, so that is how people communicate through pictures. Right, so the process of communication, we have the sender, we have decoding, we have message, we have the channel, we have the receiver, we have the encoding, and then we have the barriers of communication. So for the sender, it is who is trying to communicate something to others. For example, you want to tell your mother something, you are the sender of the message or the information. So encoding means that how you want to transfer that message to the receiver. So for example, like we said, verbal, non-verbal, you can encode it in any. Maybe if you want to tell your mother that you have bad results, you just give the result slip. Or if you want to tell her, then you speak to her about that. Okay. What about the message? Message is what you want to you want to tell them, to tell the receiver. For example, you want to apply for a new job. So when you come, then you tell, or you put application later. That is message. What you want, the reason why you want to communicate. Channel is how the message is being delivered. For example, if you are speaking, you use your voice. Maybe if you do non-verbal, you put like message or something like this. They understand the message. The channel is like this. You do the action, so people understand that you are giving love to someone. That's channel. How do you deliver the message? Receiver is the one who receives the message that you want to communicate. Encoding is how the person tries to understand, how the receiver tries to understand what the message that you are trying to deliver to them. So they try to understand the body movement, the body gesture. They try to understand the words that you have said, and then maybe they try to relate to what they have felt before about you or something. So like that. Okay. Barriers of communication is what are the challenges that prevent effective communication. Means that maybe different languages or something like that. Okay. So those are the processes of communication. So it is important to remember the process of communication because every kind of communication starts with these processes. So if you skip something, the information won't be able to be delivered properly. Okay, what are some of the barriers of communication? We'll be discussing this in Padlet soon. Okay, don't you worry. Okay, now the channels of communication. Like I said, how do you want to deliver it? What of the advantages and disadvantages of this channel? There are some of the channels that will be one-to-one meetings, small group meetings, large group meetings, presentation to clients, teleconferencing, voicemail, email and internet, SMS or WhatsApp. So we can discuss this in the next class about the disadvantages and advantages of using these kinds of channels of communication. All right. So now, you try to look at this. You can pause it or screenshot it or whatever. Try to understand the topic here, and then you try to answer the questions given. Okay. So this is going to be very easy. Don't you worry. Don't you cry. Don't you go bye bye. Okay. So that's it. So we look at the what is communication, what is the meaning of communication, the different types of communication, the process of communication, and barriers between in communication. So if you have any question, you may ask me in your WhatsApp group. So please complete the task given, and thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.